Alternatively, subscribe on those podcast providers the youth seem so fond of.
Campaign 2 of Halfway to Heroes. Darker, grittier, and much more dignified than Campaign 1.
We see the Forever Storm, a 50-mile wide storm centered on the Severed Key. Though dangerous, it is vital to the survival of nearly every being in this slice of pizzazz. This source of energy
I forgot the name for it.
I forgot the name.
Pizzazz or pizzazz?
Pizzazz.
It sounded like he said pizzazz.
It's supposed to be bee's ass or whatever.
You know what? I f***ing knew that was going to happen.
I forgot all about it, dude.
Okay, maybe not. But either way, join us every other Tuesday wherever you get your podcast as we start a brand new story featuring 4 monsters that have to put aside their differences if they're to stop the armies of men once and for all.
Do you like Dungeons & Dragons lore? Do you like drunk history? Well then, Lore and Pour is the show for you, where we combine the two. I'm Adam DeWeese, and I'm the host, and I bring on a cast of rotating guests, and we hang out before the show, have a few drinks, and then they are given their topic 30 minutes prior to pressing the record button, where they study up on the topic, and then we hit record, and whatever they say goes. They are treated as if they are the leading experts in the field, and I ask the questions that you never thought you needed to ask, such as, how do mind flayers go to the bathroom?
Yeah, they just go one time, and it's pee and poop, and it's green.
What's the most dangerous creature in the astral plane?
It just pinch it, you know?
Yeah.
It just
And that whale's like, you know
They
what?
got pinchers?
oh,
You don't
do
even
they
know
have
about
pinchers?
Find the answers to all these questions and much, much more, whether they're accurate or not, on Lore and Pour. You can find Lore and Pour on the Majestic Goose Network and wherever you download your podcast every other Monday right now.
Space. The final frontier.
Mayday alert. We are under attack.
Oh, blarney. I kinda gotta watch the tube for 10 seconds.
Rerouting auxiliary power to abjuration shields.
Someone get on those cannons. We've got company.
Are you looking for a Dungeons & Dragons sci-fi fantasy space adventure? Then what you are looking for is Eclipse. Join our crew every other week as we struggle to keep the galaxy safe. With Dr. Shepard, the Illithid cleric.
Space pirates. That was wild.
Ava Elkin, the human monk.
If we play our cards right, we might not be totally screwed.
Lita Nove, the ASMR bard.
We should be arriving in Amaron in about 2 hours.
Info O. Scott, the Warforged artificer.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and fire the sonic cannon here.
Kanan Vargas, the tiefling sorcerer.
Does anybody else think this is like a super aggressive move?
And I'm Jeremy Fair. I will be your dungeon master. Eclipse can be found on Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere you like to get your podcasts.
So you've decided to make a new home for yourself in the retirement community of Pennycross. We're very excited to have you join us. Here in Pennycross, you can enjoy some independence in your golden years, spending time with like-minded seniors without worrying about those darn kids on your lawn. We have a wide range of rental properties available and a variety of amenities staffed by locals who are middle-aged. No need to worry about crying babies or teenagers with attitude serving you at the pub. In addition, there are dozens of clubs, guilds, and activities to keep you feeling young at heart. Join our lawn bowling league, the Puzzle Club, or our renowned knitting guild. Established by Agnatha Harper nearly 200 years ago, our guild has attracted a wide range of members. We're delighted that you're making Pennycross your final home. Please ignore the ominous smoke coming from the mountain. It only started a few days ago, and I'm sure it will dissipate shortly. Welcome home, weary traveler.
Crits and Knits is a 5e actual play podcast and Twitch series, with the live streams and the podcast drops alternating every other Wednesday, starting Wednesday, February 2nd on the Majestic Goose Network, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Gerundu.
And we are the hosts of Majestic Goose's newest podcast, Dice Talk. Dice Talk is a Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop podcast that dives into the deep topics of tabletop role-playing games.
Join us as we speak with passionate content creators, podcasters, authors, and more as we discuss all manner of tabletop and geek-related content.
Dice Talk is a bi-weekly show, so we're hitting your podcatcher with brand new episodes every other week, filling your ears with exclusive interviews and conversations that you can't find anywhere else.
Every episode is a new opportunity to hear from different creators in the tabletop community and just talk about Dungeons & Dragons and any other tabletop games that have made us who we are.
Dice Talk, now on the Majestic Goose Podcast Network. Make sure you check us out and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
A Majestic Goose Podcast.
In a world where adventure awaits and danger lurks around every corner, an unlikely group of friends find themselves on the path to becoming heroes. But school will only get them halfway. Merlin, the human warlock barber guy.
Oh god, no, I gotta buff his butt! No! Can I refuse business?
Ubo, the turtle artificer.
Well, it doesn't work yet, but I'm working on it.
Ultrex, the discarded warforged paladin.
I don't eat or sleep or wear clothes, so I just sit in the corner and wait.
And Clyde, the Goliath barbarian in skinny jeans.
They're called skinny pelts, okay?
Find us on iTunes or wherever you download your podcast by searching for Halfway to Heroes.
From the city that brought you Kentucky Fried Chicken, Sluggers, and Muhammad Ali comes Roll for Weird, a Monster of the Week actual play podcast. Join Philbert Fogel, Doomsday Prepper and Expert.
I mean, I'm kind of like the linchpin that's keeping everything together in the group.
Lasath, the Divine, and the Sensible.
And I still owe him my life, so I would have to end yours. It would be a mess.
Shadow, the Edgy Initiate.
I trust him with my life. I don't know if I trust him with, my bank account or my car or something like that.
Misty Charlotte Palladino, Spellslinger, and Trenchcoat Enthusiast.
But I haven't set anything on fire that I haven't meant to set on fire.
Silas Lancaster, Elderly Vampire.
There's only one Filbert. They broke the mold when they made Filbert.
And Dragonbait as the Creeper Keeper.
Silas, get back in your room!
Roll for Weird on Twitch, streaming monthly. New podcast episodes every other Friday. Available on Apple or wherever you find your podcasts. Ah, so nice of you to stop by. Come in, come in. I'm Silas Lancaster, and this is my library. Within these tomes you will find tales of monsters, both figurative and literal. Tales to make the strongest of us blanch in fear. Such stories are dangerous, and consumption must be strictly rationed. As such, I shall share but one story from my library each Thursday in October each year. Be sure to tune your wireless receiver to Storytime with Silas. Alternatively, subscribe on those podcast providers the youth seem so fond of.
Campaign 2 of Halfway to Heroes. Darker, grittier, and much more dignified than Campaign 1.
We see the Forever Storm, a 50-mile wide storm centered on the Severed Key. Though dangerous, it is vital to the survival of nearly every being in this slice of pizzazz. This source of energy
I forgot the name for it.
I forgot the name. Pizzazz or Bizzazz?
Pizzazz.
It sounded like he said pizzazz.
It's supposed to be Beezazz or whatever.
You know what? I fucking knew that was gonna happen.
I forgot all about it, dude.
Okay, maybe not. But either way, join us every other Tuesday wherever you get your podcast as we start a brand new story featuring 4 monsters that have to put aside their differences if they're to stop the armies of men once and for all. Do you like Dungeons & Dragons lore? Do you like drunk history? Well, then Lore and Pour is the show for you, where we combine the two. I'm Adam DeWeese, and I'm the host, and I bring on a cast of rotating guests, and we hang out before the show, have a few... Hello, everybody. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks okay. Question mark. Let's zoom out a little bit. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome to Solo Rolling. We missed... Well, I can't even blame it on other people if I miss this show, because it's just me. I missed this show last time, and I don't remember why, but I'm sure it was a very good reason if I missed it, obviously. Before we get started with this new adventure, housekeeping things, one of which... Yes, there you go. Steam Elements beat me to it. In chat right there, you can see that if you haven't heard or seen above my head right there, we have our first ever convention coming up this September to September 30th to October 2nd in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is going to be at the Duke Energy Convention Center. It is called GooseCon 2022. We are not in 2020 anymore. Though it feels like we've been kind of stuck in time for that entire year. But not only are we having our first convention, obviously you probably know that we are up to like 17 cast members on the Majestic Goose Network now. And a lot of those people, we're trying to get as many as we can into Cincinnati, Ohio, so that we have a fun convention. We've got a lot of people. You can meet all the different casts from all your different favorite shows on the network. To do that, we are trying to raise some money to cover some travel costs for as many geese as we can, because obviously it's going to be very expensive to get 17 people or so, all the ones that live outside of Cincinnati to be flown in, and hotels. Long story short, we have got a Ko-Fi going on with a fundraiser that I'm just now realizing is actually broken. It looks like it did not like that period right before the website. So let me fix that real quick on the fly. But yeah, you can go to that URL and donate even just $1 to our Ko-Fi. All that money is going to go to be split to cover as many different people that we can get flown in as possible. Sorry while I try to find this link to fix. There it is. Boom, that should fix it. Okay, going forward, that should be good now. I think Brittany is sending me pictures on Discord while I went over to Stream Elements of me making funny faces. So thank you for that, Brittany, if you're still watching. And what's up, Randall? Two are staying at my house. Gerundu and his wife Gabby are going to be staying at my house because they are flying from the UK. So their plane tickets were like $1,700 or 1,700 euro, one or the other, which would be even worse than $1,700. So to save them on hotel costs, they are staying in at my house. But yeah, so if you haven't heard about GooseCon, go check it out. You can, even if you can't make it to Cincinnati this fall, we have a lot of opportunities to sponsor the event or even sponsor a table. You can sponsor a table for the entire weekend for $25, where you'll get your logo on the table for the entire weekend. But yes, that fundraiser goal, we are going to be having a stream event, kind of similar to how we do the 24-hour Extra Life charity events, but instead of it being 24 hours, it will probably be 8 hours, maybe 9 hours, 10, whatever we end up getting. It'll be taking place over one single day. And during that is where we're really going to be pushing to fundraise. But you can donate now. And like I said, every dollar is just going to go right back into getting as many geese as we can to town. Man, I felt like I talked about that so much, but I really am, we're all really nervous at being our first ever convention. So come check it out and help it be, as fun as it can be. Tonight, if you have never watched Solo Rolling before, it is where I play Dungeons and Dragons. Usually, I'm trying to think if I've ever not played Dungeons and Dragons before. I have played a system called Wretched, where I used a Jenga tower, and I did really bad at it. Anyway, I usually play Dungeons and Dragons by myself without a DM, playing through the solo adventure game books, like you see on the screen right here. This one, we are going to be starting a brand new... I don't want to say one shot because I read that this can take up to around 12 hours. So, Randall, I think Paul is coming for your throne on really long solo books. I don't think Paul's previous adventures were that long. At least none of them ever took me 12 hours, I don't think. So we'll see how long this one ends up actually taking me. But yeah, I'm really excited. I love Paul's work. So it's going to be several episodes. I mean, minimum 2. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to 4, which I think every time I've ever ran one of Paul's adventures before, I'm pretty sure they were all just one-shots. I'm pretty sure if you look up on our YouTube, all the other videos are standalone videos, like 3.5 hours long. So, yeah, so I'm really excited to see a longer length adventure from Paul. Anything I'm missing? One last thing to plug, and obviously I'm going to be plugging all this stuff at the end too, so I apologize. This Saturday we've got I guess it's the 3rd official installment of Meme of the Month. It is a monthly not Dungeons and Dragons. It is a monthly TTRPG stream we have. Generally the first Saturday of the month. I don't think they always work out to be the first Saturday of the month, but around that time, where we pick a different meme from Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, wherever we can get a funny meme for a D&D adventure, and then we actually run it. And this Saturday is, like I said, our 3rd one we're running, and it is pretty much D&D Bed Bath & Beyond, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you watch that. It's going to be at 7 o'clock Eastern Saturday. And now that I probably talk so much, I'm going to have no voice. Let's go ahead and let's get into it. I'm going to be playing a Warforged Druid named Toad, and I'm level 6. And that's all I've read about this adventure, by the way. Is I just scrolled in and I found right there, for the purposes of this adventure, create a level 6 character. And that's all I've done. So I am going to kind of gloss through these rules, so to speak, right here, because sometimes solo adventures may have varying rules. So we'll try to make it so I don't have to read all of this. So I do see down here, the next quest will probably depart from the style and probably be a little less sandboxy in nature. I am not using progress points in this adventure. This because the quest focuses on achieving a specific goal, which is not time reliant. Okay. The limiting factor with this quest is in how many rests you are allowed during the course of the adventure. Okay. Character, level 6, D&D 5e rules. So this is part of a series. It started with the Death Knight Squire, I believe, was the name of the first one, and I think this is like part 6 in the series. But also, it's if you didn't watch the other 5, because I've ran all of them so far. If you haven't watched the other ones, you're not going to be lost. I think they're pretty loosely connected. I don't think it's necessarily it needs to be a continued storyline that you follow along with. If you survive drones at Dagger Ford, then you will have already advanced that PC. If not, yeah, we made a new character. Even when we play through series here on Solo Rolling, I always make a new character just because I like getting to play a lot of different classes. Maps. I do know that I've got a lot of maps downloaded for this, so I'm really excited for that. It's designed to be replayable. Is it possible to okay. Monster actions during random encounters. Random encounters do not come with combat sheets. You can either decide the tactics or use the table. We'll probably decide. I usually try to be pretty fair with, I'm not going to make the monsters do anything really out of character just so I don't take a hit. Because as anyone who's seen me play this before, I die quite a lot. So definitely don't pull any punches. 5-foot grid. Cool. Every class has combat. Yeah, okay. Resting. This is probably important. At various points in the adventure, you'll be directed to take a long or short rest if you desire. You may not rest outside of those times. Okay, so we need to remember that. Even if it feels like we should be able to rest, at whatever point of the story we're in, unless it says so, we will not be able to. Difficulty. In writing this adventure, I set out to make it challenging, as I always do. Paul does make them challenging. Randall, Paul, I don't really feel like anybody who makes solo adventures really pulls any punches. I think they make them so that you've really got to struggle for it. Okay, so having said that, my assessment of this is that it will be challenging, but some might even say quite hard, but not impossible. In fact, you'll probably get through it on the second try. You'll probably get through it on your second try. That's not giving me a lot of hope, Paul. However, I've never played a moon druid on solo rolling. I've played a druid, but it was like a caster druid. I think moon druid is going to be, in my opinion, one of, if not the most OP solo classes / subclasses that you can play. However, I think that upon multiple completions, here's a save your points. Okay, I'm just trying to parse this real quick so we can get into the nitty gritty of it. Go with it. Yeah, that's what we do here. Okay. This looks pretty small. I can read this, but how's that look to you, chat? Does that look okay? If I'm reading it, will it be all right? I'm also going to pull up some Waterdeep. Let's add some tabletop audio ambience. Oh, and also real quick over there. Roll20. Go check out Roll20. And yeah. Okay, you're on your phone, you can't see it. All right, we'll see how it goes. I think with me reading it, maybe we'll be fine. We'll see if my eyes start to not be able to read it anymore as we get further into the seltzers. Backstory. For 2 weeks, you've been a resident in Waterdeep, exploring her streets, shop fronts, and alleyways. You have had a lot of time to yourself, making a few friends, but in general, enjoying a bit of welcome solitude. Perhaps you have also been catching up on acquaintances or availing yourself of the culture and knowledge available in this metropolis, one of the largest cities in the realms. With a fat purse of coin, your bounty for the defeat of Krondvikirk. You have also perhaps been doing some shopping. You may do the following while in Waterdeep. Purchase any equipment you desire from the player's handbook. Sell any magic items you have acquired. Ooh, okay, you know what? I am going to really quick see if I can find my notes of how much gold and such I had. Give me one moment, please, because I definitely wrote down everything when I finished drums, but that was, you know, a year ago. It's been a while, so obviously I do not remember exactly what I had. Also, this might actually be kind of a... I might actually have to zoom in a bit. Here, let me uncrop it. Whoops. Sorry, just had to make some adjustments. The font's a little smaller than we're used to over here. You're staying at the inn in the heart of Waterdeep, where many adventurers like yourself are also whittling away the days, waiting for their next quest. For some days, the talk around the inn has been of a well-known mage, Maranthus Vane, founder and chief wizard at Maranthus's Arcane Academy, who is due to give a talk at the library near the Font of Knowledge on his extensive adventures through Faerun. The wizard is a bit of an infamous figure due to his quest for various rare artifacts, which have seen him make many enemies. This news is made all more sensational due to the fact that Maranthus Vane has been a recluse for some years, unseen even by his own family. His closest disciples have said that he has been in a profound meditation, understanding deep truths about magic. Pretty loud? Okay, thank you so much, Danny. I thought so too. I even thought to me it was kind of loud. All right. Can you still hear it at all? He's seen the Drow cities beneath the earth. You know, one young half-elf says, explored the Netherese ruins in the Anarok by himself. A young mage in training was also heard to comment. I've heard he's even traveled to the abyssal plains to do battle with great demons and return to tell the tale. Indeed, the talk around Maranthus Vane is intriguing enough to spark a bit of curiosity in you, and you decided to attend the talk. After all, there's not much else going on, and perhaps a scrap of information in this mage's lectures might start you down on your own quest. Certainly, you've been enjoying a bit of downtime and culture and whatever remains you prefer. Whether that is elaborate bardic dramas, interesting displays of magic, deep discourse of divine lore, or gladiator pit fights. The itch of adventure, however, cannot long be that ignored. It is the 5th day of the second 10-day of Kythorn, late in the afternoon when you set out toward the Font of Knowledge to attend the mage's lecture. Arriving at the large temple, you see that a queue has already been formed outside of the small library next to the door where the lecture is due to take place. Many are gathered here, and you are struck by the diverse nature of all those gathered. There are mages, yes, no doubt, here to pay respect to Vane's reputation. But there are also those who are clearly warriors, people from distant lands, mariners. You even spy a small group of hulking orc barbarians who have a menacing air about them. Their leader wears a permanent sneer, but otherwise they mind their business. You hope they aren't associates to the late Krond Vikirk. However, looking around, you discern that not all of this crowd are as world-hardened as yourself. Either they are yet to embark on the adventuring life proper, or they are scholarly-looking older mages and warriors. The adventuring day is way behind them. It takes some time, but eventually everyone files into the small library and seats himself amongst the many rows of chairs arrayed in the open area. There's a long wait before the mage Maranthus Vane appears, and the first thing that strikes you is his age. He is by far younger than you expected. You can tell others are thinking the same as a murmur spreads through the crowd. That's not him! You hear an old female wizard sputter a few seats down from you. What do you mean? Someone asks her. I've seen Vane before, and that's not him. The young mage ascends to the podium and then begins speaking. Apologies, friends, he begins. My master Vane has regrettably been taken ill in just the last few hours, but has given me a copy of his book, My Arcane Travels, to read to you from. He sends his deepest apologies and hopes that you will sit and attend to his written word. This book has never seen the light of day before, and before I begin, I would like to read this note my master has written, to be read to all of you as a personal communique, as I say. A hush falls over the crowd as the young man unfurls a scroll. In the low light of the library, you also see him produce a small paperweight, something like a miniature globe containing a scene or a diorama, that he places on the edge of the lecture. My dear friends, I regret to inform you that I am not able to attend today's lecture. Actually, what my most esteemed student, Zorander Ruin, has just communicated to you is not really true. I'm not ill at all. I am, in fact, dead, and have been for years. Gasp of astonishment ripple through the crowd. Is this young mage playing some sort of sick practical joke on these people? But something keeps everyone listening, and then Rune is nothing if not entertaining. And the sad truth is that I, Marthinus Vane, lost my edge in my later years, devoting my time to another of my students who was not worthy of my attention. I will not even mention her name here, but this student was to consume most of my energy, while other more gifted students, such as the esteemed Rune here, were starved to my attention. Preposterous, you hear the old woman exclaim. Yeah, this is a very all of the names, the it's all very D&D. Outrageous! Another ejects loudly. But still no one moves from their seats, wrapped in attention towards this young man's bizarre speech. And what is even more of a disgrace, after my death, which went unreported until now, this female apprentice corrupted my vision, turning my esteemed Academy of Magic into a diluted, distorted version of itself. Where once I trained great, strong mages who would not flinch in the destruction of their enemies, now this young charlatan preached forbearance, mercy, and the idea of only using combat magic for defense. I mean, yeah, she sounds right so far. But all is not lost, my friends. Now I am happy to report the unworthy apprentice who has corrupted my vision is no more. She has left Waterdeep forever, skulking away from her duties and so-called disciples. And now falls to my foremost student and rightful heir, Zorander Ruin. The great wizard you see standing before you is to inherit my academy and take place as Waterdeep's foremost mage. It is clear now that this young man is quite insane and an utter narcissist. Muttering angrily, you see several attendees stand and begin walking to the door. Wait! Xander Rune commands, and they stop in their tracks. I will release you before shortly, but I beg that you just a few more moments of your attention. There's just a little bit more to read, and you will want to hear it, I promise you. The disgruntled attendees turn to face this duplicitous mage who softly clears his throat. Catus Imperius Confinum. Too late. Everyone realizes this is an enchantment of some kind, and madness ensues. Those nearest the door run for safety, and you quickly rise from your seat, eager to escape whatever arcane chaos is about to manifest. All around you, people are falling over each other, eager to get out of there. You see several of the attendees disappear, blinking out of vision, and screams of panic begin to fill the library. And then you feel something happening to you. Your physical self is dematerializing, becoming incorporeal, and then the last sound you hear is Xander Rune, insane, cackling laughter as you are sucked into a black void, losing all consciousness. Oh my goodness. Entry 1. Okay, first off, I don't know if I really usually kind of like critique these on the fly while we're playing them, but damn, that was an intro to an adventure for sure. That was really good. Awake, where am I? You slowly become aware of the world around you. You take a few breaths, getting your bearings. This doesn't quite look familiar, or even feel familiar. Getting yourself upright on your feet, you look around and you feel almost intoxicated, definitely out of sorts. You're outdoors in some sort of clearing, and as you look around, you see trees, rocks, shin-high grass, but they're not real. They're not real, or they're too real. Everything is vivid, surreal, like being awake in a dream. Maybe you've been poisoned or drugged. You don't really feel disoriented. On the contrary, you feel like there's a strong sense of clarity. You walk about for a bit, looking here and there, tentatively exploring the area. Quickly, you discover that this clearing is in fact the edge of a high plateau, and on the other side, where there are no trees, you look out over a strange, otherworldly landscape. Walking out to the edge of this mesa abruptly ends with a cliff face plummeting to the lowlands below. You look out over a singular view, and in the near distance, directly ahead, you see hills. Looking slightly right, you see a dense verdant forest where strange rock formations, tall and narrow, tower above the canopy. Then you turn your gaze westward, towards a vast swamp where a dragon circles above festering, stinking bogs. I am level 6. I don't think I'm going to be fighting any dragons tonight. Fingers crossed. But the dragon appears many miles off. Good. It is as if the scene is in miniature, and although far off, still perfectly visible. Wherever you are, it is within no world that you have ever visited. In the midst of the rolling hills, you see a village, and even though you know in your mind that it has to be at least 20 miles off, you can make out the individual houses and even the townsfolk milling about. It's impossible. The entire scene before you is bisected horizontally by a large sea populated with islands, and on the southern shore of which is a large port city. Boats are coming and going from this port. It is here that you must go. Beyond this sea is an even stranger sight. A desert and a frozen landscape sitting side by side, and beyond, at the outer range of your vision, slightly blurred, a towering black citadel of stone. Your brain tells you that this is hundreds of miles away, but still you can make out an improbable amount of detail. Well, stranger, what is your impression of the realm of Gauntlet? A voice startles you, and you are quickly turned to behold what appears to be a female half-elf garbed in an elegant but functional clothing. Gauntlet, you ask? I've never heard of such a realm. Your eyes narrow as you behold the creature. I'm dreaming, aren't I? You are not. You are very much awake, but you are not within a realm in which the sense that you think of a realm. Most have forgotten it, but all who inhabit the realm once stood in this very same clearing. Well, all except those who were born here. But first, let me introduce myself. I am Naraini. I'm sure I got that right. And I have appointed myself guide to all those poor souls who have the misfortune of arriving here. Let me real quick. I'm just gonna scroll back up for 1 second, keep that highlighted so we don't miss where we are. And obviously, we need to actually take away this town music, don't we? Let's see. What can we So I was gonna go up to this map right here. See if we can zoom in. I just wanna look around a little bit. Let's try to get it all up. So you are here. Okay, so we're down here and we're looking up and we see woods. We see this nasty swamp. We see hills, a little town, a bigger town, a sea. So obviously, we need to get to that Black Citadel at the top. I'm wondering if we're gonna have to pick a path to go, and then find a way to cross the sea, and then either have to pick desert or snowlands. Oh man, I'm really okay. Let's go. I'm excited. Let's quit dilly-dallying. This realm, which the inhabitants thereof have given the name Gauntlet, is what is known by those conversant with magic as a pocket dimension. We were all put here, most of us, many years ago, by an evil mage known as Maranthus Vane. He created this as a testing ground for his apprentice wizards, but soon that vision became corrupted. He began to use it as a place to send his enemies to imprison them for all eternity. Either they committed some imagined slight or were exiled here for some other reason. But Maranthus was a manipulator, an evil man who cared not for any of these prisoners. This realm was filled with his enemies and his victims. This is why many of us have claimed this realm as their own and named it, made a home here, made the best of a bad bargain. We have independence here to some degree. Even though imprisoned, we can move about, have a life, a family even. I've never met Vane before. I was sent here by some mad young wizard named Zorander Rune. Is that so? That is most interesting. Is there any way out? The half-elf smiles, and there's a hint of sadness as she turns and points toward the horizon, where the Black Citadel sits. There, you must conquer the Black Citadel, which no one's ever done before. That is the only escape from this realm. Some have tried, though, right? Some have reached and even entered the Citadel, but no one within this world has any knowledge of the portal within the Citadel that leads to out of this world, or even if there is such a portal. There are those among the citizens of Gauntlet who have tried, but the fact is that many of us have grown to love our new home and don't even want to escape. You nod, taking in the information. To ask Narani about the different regions to see laid out before you, good entry 24. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. To tell Narami about how you came to be here, go to 54054. To ask what else she knows about the Citadel, go to 5 of 5. If you would rather just get going. No, I want to ask about the regions. 24. I'm not used to this. I usually have this where it's all on one page. There it is. But the font's a little smaller, so I'm having to adjust to being zoomed in. Hello, DB. How is it going? You haven't missed much. I got sent to a pocket dimension, and now I'm stuck here. Tell me more about these regions, you ask Naomi. Are there any that grant easier passage than others? Well, if you mean to reach the Black Citadel, then every way is dangerous. But let me tell you their names. In the southern region, you will see 3 areas. The Unspeakable Bog in the swamp you see on the left is full of perils. Cool. In the middle, the pleasant-looking rolling hills are named the Dells of Damnation and are anything but pleasant, although Hollowshire, the village at the center, might provide some respite. To the right are the Woods of Woe. It is said that Maranthus...
Sunshine asshole.
Thanks for subbing, DV. I forgot that it said Sunshine asshole whenever somebody subs. Might provide some respite. To the right are the Woods of Woe. It is said that Maranthus Vane liked to spend time there when he visited the Gotland. And at the northernmost part of the southern land is the city of Nightspire. There you will search for the passage across the Perilous Strait. That is the only way to reach the northern Gotland, the land of the Black Citadel. You nod, surveying the area that Narami mentions. But what about the northern part? The sea that separates north from south is known as the Perilous Strait, where hideous sea creatures lurk that can swallow a ship whole. There are also terrible whirlpools and waterspouts that can rip a ship to shreds. To cross the Perilous Strait, you must gain passage in a boat leaving from Nightshire. So be sure to save some gold to do this. 100 gold will probably get you passage on a fair ship, but 300 will get you all ashore a safe crossing. But you will probably be able to pick up gold and sell things as you go. We still exist on a monetary system within Gauntlet. Nightspire itself is quite a welcoming city. In his time, Vane destroyed whole villages, angered whole communities, and so the list of his enemies is long. Many people have tried to get their revenge on Vane over the centuries, but he has so far lived too long, and so many people have been imprisoned here, enough to populate a city. And there you will find temples, libraries, inns, all manner of establishments. Progressing north, you will find a bone-dry desert known as the Withered Wasteland. In the middle is a gully known as the Cave of Chaos, where no mortal dares to tread. And on the right is the frozen land known as the Eternal Winter. The mountains that sit in the middle are known as the Pinnacles of Pain, and you turn to Neroni with a slight smile on your lip. A bit predictable, aren't they? These names, Woods of Woe, Pinnacles of Pain, Unspeakable Bog, it's like somebody just settled on the first thing that came to their head. Is that Paul making fun of Paul for these names? I suppose, remember, this place was created as a testing ground for wizards, so I suppose it seems rather like a game of sorts. But make no mistake, it is the deadliest game you could ever imagine. And what about the village in the middle there? What did you call them? Dells of Damnation? Yes, the village is called Hollowshire and is home to many who were placed in this world. It's quite pleasant. If you're journeying through the Dells, you could stop there and pick up some information, perhaps some help, or you might gain nothing but a knife in your back. Gonlin has gotten more dangerous of late, as it has been more perils or intentionally being placed within it. You nod, surveying the south region. Unspeakable Bogs, Dells of Damnation, and Woods of Woe, trying to discern which one will be easiest to travel through. I will tell you this. Within this realm of daily challenges, you will find some things that may help you or be of use to you in some way, but Vane will not simply give them to you. Often you will have to risk your life in order to acquire them, and so running from every trial is not the way either. If you sneak your way to the Black Citadel, you're going to have virtually no hope of triumphing. Vane is not without some sense of competition either. He enjoys watching people suffer, and sometimes those trials will be merely that. Trials will with no reward but preserving your own life. To tell Narani more about how you came to be here in the hope that she might be able to shed some light, go to 554. to ask if she knows anything else about the Black Citadel, if you want to set off. First off, let's get comfortable. Because I feel like it is going to get pretty rough. You know what I need to do? I'm going to keep I'm going to keep this one. I think I'm going to keep this tab on this map so that I can reference it. Yeah, I usually do stream standing up lately, but I tweaked my neck pretty bad. Not my neck. It's like between my shoulder blades pretty bad to this morning, and standing just wasn't really doing it for me. So here we are. Okay, go away, Adobe. We are here. We have to get here. And we get choices. It sounds like we're going to get to pick a choice right away of which of these three we want to go to. They all sound like shit. The Unspeakable Bog, Nasty Swamp. These Dells of Damnation. I don't even know what a dell is. This one does have a town, though, in the middle of it. And is the least creepy looking, at least. And then the Woods of Woe. And then it sounds like DV. Yeah, I guess Adele is a singer, isn't she? Pretty popular one too, some might say. That's an Adam joke right there, DV. I can't believe that. I can't believe you said that. Either way, I think at the end we need to get to this Nightspire city because we need to get a boat to cross this place. So the question is, which would we like to do? First, how about we go ahead and let's ask her more about the Black Citadel. Maybe she'll be able to give us like, hey, if you go in there, there's this secret entrance that will get you right to the portal. That would be pretty cool. So let's check that out. 505. What else do you know about the Citadel, you ask? No, I mean, nothing really, only that it is filled with terrors, or at the least, that's what the legends say. No one really knows for sure, and no one's ever returned to tell of that, that I know of. But if one wants to escape, then that is the only place where one can do it. Reach the Black Citadel, battle through its perils, and you may leave Gauntlet and return to the outside world. Faerun, you mean? Like Torel. Yeah, Faerun. And there's a glimmer in her eye, and a tear of remembrance, perhaps? I haven't heard that name in many years. You feel a surge of pity for Neroni, closely followed by anger at whoever has inflicted this plight on her. Vayne, yes, that was the name. Rune's master. But then you seem to remember something else from the incident in the library. Rune mentioned another disciple, a female mage, if you remember correctly, his fellow student. You asked Neroni about this. I don't know who you're speaking of, I'm afraid. No doubt Rune makes enemies easily, so I'm not surprised by what you say. The thought stays with you, though. Sometimes, in a way, Rune talked about this mage makes you think that there is a lot more to the story. To ask Neroni about the different regions. We already asked about the regions. I don't think she really needs to know. Let's get going. 431. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I thought that Neroni, and I know I'm not getting that name right. Nerani. I thought Nerani was going to be that apprentice, but she said she's not, unless she's lying, which would be weird. I don't know why she would lie. Unless Nerani is the actual bad guy, that would suck. All right, let's set off. 431. I need to get this crop right, because to me I can see the whole thing, but you all can't. So I'm just going to make sure that nothing's getting cut off for you all. There we go. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna rearrange a couple things. You're a work in progress here. There we go. I think that works. That works. Okay. 431. After a little while longer, you gather your senses and come to the realization that there is only one thing for it. You must journey through the strange miniature world, battling your way to the Black Citadel, and escape so that you can find Zorander the Rune and wreak terrible vengeance on him. The more you think about it, the more determined you become, and you look up and begin scanning the diorama-like landscape, deciding on which route to go by. Well, thanks for your help, Narani, and it's my duty, she says with a smile, bowing. You are resolved to reach the Black Citadel, then? I am. Indeed. We're going to get there. Well, I wish you luck, and you're going to meet foes, no doubt, and possibly even your death, but you may meet a friend or two along the way as well. Although, it's going to be hard to tell friend from foe, at least initially. So go well, stranger. I doubt we'll meet again. Narani turns and walks to the edge of the clearing and it soon disappears from view. You look out at the realm of the Gauntlet, once more standing at the edge and then raised plateau, and you see that there's a path that leads down to the lower land where you have a choice of 3 paths. Leftmost path leads you to the Unspeakable Bog. Going straight up the middle will take you to the Dells of Damnation, and the right path will lead to the Woods of Woe. All right, chat. It is time. Because I have no clue. Which of these paths do we want to take? There we go. Woods of Woe, we've got DB saying. Woods of Woe seems like okay. I can tell you the one that seems. Sorry, I just started sitting and now I've got to get comfy. The one that seems worst to me would probably be the Unspeakable Bog, and that's because I don't know if it's video games that have done it to me or what, but I don't really like water settings. I don't like being, like even ankle deep water. You don't know what's in the water. That just seems so scary to me. So yeah, I would vote either the Dells of Damnation or the Woods of Woe. We got another for Woods of Woe. I think that's it. I think we're gonna go Woods of Woe. I like it too. I think the Dells of Damnation, I think that's a little bit of a red herring. Like if you look at it, it looks like, oh yeah, that's a straight shot. It looks pleasant. It doesn't look that scary. It's got a town in the middle. And I think it's like the obvious choice, but I think it's set up like that. And I don't think we actually should do that one. Let's do the Woods of Woe. Okay. All right. What do we got here? Trace your route, clicking the numbered locations when you pass over them. Ooh, so I'm gonna have to move. Okay, so I gotta move this one. What page is this on? 152? I don't see the page numbers anymore on this page for some reason. There we go. Now I can see it. Here we go. I'm gonna keep this one on this page so we can kind of go back and forth to find out where we need to go. But this will be the one that we're actually using to click around. Trace your route. Click on the number of locations when you pass over them. When you pass over a green star, roll on the random encounter table below. You know what? I think I'm actually going to need a third booklet pulled up of this. So let me get that pulled up real quick. And let's find the random encounter table. For 2 or more PCs. Ooh, I could have done this one with 2 players. That would have been fun. I've seen some sidekicks, which is cool. It's always fun when you're playing a solo adventure and you can get a sidekick, because that really changes things up quite a bit. I'm just trying to find single player. That's combat cheats. Let's try to search for random encounter. Where is this random encounter table at? I'm sure it's told me before, and I just have not paid enough attention. I'm also trying to go really fast, so I'm not like seeing any spoilers or anything. Seems like it would be right here, right? Oh, right below the area map. So that means it's gonna be on page 153 or so. Ah, there it is. Thank you, Randall. Look at that. Even when it's an adventure Randall didn't write, still coming in clutch with the help. Okay. When you pass over a green star, roll on the random encounter table. It literally says roll on the random encounter table below. That was user error right there. You did lots of testing on this one? Oh, awesome. I assume that solo adventures, when you're writing them, need a lot of testing. I've only made one DM's Guild adventure before, and it was pretty much just an arc from Halfway to Heroes. The first arc, I turned it into like a one-shot module, and that was the testing I did, the actual recording. Well, I mean, we got to start at W1 then, right? Let's go to W1, see what's up. Okay, so that's not a green star. Oh, I see the green stars now. Oh, okay. Okay. I got it. Lamplight Junction. Walking deeper into the woods of Woe, you notice it has darkened. Thick pines, sometimes forming a tunnel over the track, block out much of the light from above, and then you see something ahead. It appears to be a lamp atop a post and sheds a greenish glow on the boughs of the nearby trees. As you come nearer, you notice that a small humanoid sitting at the base of this lamppost playing a lute. They did not notice you at first and are absorbed in singing a mournful song, something about a long-lost love. Then, as you come near, the minstrel looks up, sees you, and quickly jumps to his feet. This is when you notice that he appears to have a hindquarters of a goat? Oh, like a satyr. You've heard of creatures like these before. Satyrs. Ah, thank the gods you came. My name is Jerome, and I could use your help. In return, I can guide you through the forest. This sounds like a trap. To shake Jerome's hand and ask where he needs help. I don't like that it says to shake his hand. Like, why do I need to shake his hand instead of just asking what he needs for the help? To decline the help, go to 92. To ask Jerome if he knows about the Black Citadel, go to 237. To make a wisdom insight check. Yes, let's do insight check. Thank you, Paul, for giving us that. My insight's a +4. 15. What did I need to do to make an insight check? Go to 64. Oh, I needed a 16? No, I missed it by 1. Damn it. Now that is close. I rolled an 11 plus a 4, 15. That was very close. All right. I mean, I get it. we're in level 6 shit here. You know, we can't be having like these DC 13 and 14 saves anymore. Now we got to get up there. All right. So I can't really tell. So I can't do the inside again. All right, cool. I got it. I'm liking it. I'm loving this story already. I'm also like I'm in it, and I'm already wanting to play it multiple times and choose different paths on the side. I'm gonna point the camera down a little bit. Too much. Okay. All right, gang, what are we thinking? I don't want to decline his help. I either need to shake his hand or ask what he knows about the Black Citadel, but I don't want to straight up just decline his help. Shake his hand. It's risky, but I agree, DB. Let's do it. Well, what do you need help with? My village! It lies in the north part of the woods. We are a peaceful people. We do not like to fight. But recently, we've been harassed by bandits. I journeyed into this part of the woods in the hopes of finding help. And foolish I was. No one helps their fellow forest dwellers in the woods of woe. But perhaps you, stranger, might find it in your heart to help us? If you decide to trust Jerome and help him with his dilemma, you could take him as a sidekick for a short while. If you do, go to 397. If not, you may continue your journey northward. Do it. Take him as a sidekick. I agree, DB. I mean, yeah, let's help him. Let's get a sidekick. It sounds like a win-win to me until this dude turns on me and then I have an extra person to fight, but let's do it. 397. Jerome is overjoyed that you will accompany him and help with his village with their bandit problem. You will find Jerome's stat block in the sidekick section at the back of the book. During combat, Jerome will fight alongside you and control his character, deciding what actions. Let's get that pulled up real quick. I did see sidekick somewhere. Right here. Where's Jerome? There he is. What's up, Jerome? Look at this dude. How could I say no to him? So it looks like he can, he's got a bow, so that's cool. Yeah, seems like a pretty solid buddy. You're now ready to depart. Return to the interactive map and trace the path you would like to go. Okay, we got our first choice here, people. I mean, left or right path? That's really the question. It looks like this is probably Jerome's town, maybe? I'm not sure, but let's see. To the left, got a big fire. Don't know what that is, but I don't like this spider web on the right, so I'm kind of thinking about going left just to avoid any potential spiders. That cave also looks kind of creepy. Honestly, to the right kind of looks scary. Yeah, I mean, we got to cross water both ways with bridges. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, let's go left. But that means I do have to roll on the random encounters table. So I roll a d20. Okay, we can do that. $15. Whoa. That's our second 15 of the night. Not rolled, but, you know, total. Which is cool. B, it is 1 to 15, nothing happens. Literally one more higher, and we would have been fighting some shit. So we are good on the random encounter, and we get to go to W2. Karst. Ahead, you see towering karst. Great pillars of rock and earth that rear up from the forest floor and penetrate the canopy above. Mist swirl above the top of these natural monoliths so that it's impossible to see what might be lurking above. But you get the feeling that you should be moving quickly through this area, and it's almost as if someone or something is watching you from above. I bet they are. You have several ways to proceed here. You can make a dex stealth check, athletics check to sprint, or improvise what your PC does according to the build. Perhaps they're a wizard with Misty Step. Okay, all right. That is a good question. So I am playing a druid, a moon druid. Let me just see what. I don't know if I can turn into flying stuff yet. I don't think so. I think that's level 8. I can turn in. Grant you the ability to transform into more dangerous animal forms. Starting at 6th level, you can transform into a beast that has challenge rating as high as your druid level divided by 3 rounded down. So I can do challenge rating 2. Can I do flying creatures yet? No, I need to be level 8 to be able to do flying creatures. Okay, so I can't just fly through this area. I am as stealthy as I am as athletic. I think I'm going to try to sprint through it because I think that makes more sense as a Warforged. Plus, I've got a partner with me. So let's do an athletics real quick and see what happens. An 18, and I only had a +1. Wow. Okay, well, I beat the check. If you're successful on either of these checks, you pass without incident and may return to the map. No way. I just fucking bolted through that. So that's another that's going to be another random encounter then, though. Ooh, a 13 again. This is just a fucking peaceful walk through the woods right now. So that was us walking. Oh, can you not see my... Oh, there you can. So that was us. We sprinted through W2 because we thought that something was watching us from above, which I'm sure that was. And then we had no encounters right here. So now we go to W4. Weird Mage. Suddenly the woods become very quiet. Also, it is very quiet. I don't hear my... I didn't hear my music anymore. Let's get that back on. I know, Danny. I as soon as I said it, I realized, like, why did I just say that? That's so... I should not have said that. Suddenly, the woods become very quiet. It seems as if an unnatural silence has descended here, and you move forward cautiously. Through the trees, you see a strange light and hear murmuring of some kind, and then it is almost as if you stumble upon her. A mage of some kind with a weird expression on her face is moving her hands around a strange-looking apparatus. It appears to be some kind of lamp, but when you look closer, you can see the shapes moving within it. Yes, come closer, stranger. I, Shamara, the Lost One, can open a window for you to anywhere in the gauntlet you choose. But choose wisely. For some things, it is best not to see. Who is this strange woman? What is she offering? I have no fucking clue. You can choose to take a look into one of the following locations within the realm. to look at the city of Nightspire, to take a peek at the going-ons at Hollowshire, to peer at the endless waves of the Perilous Strait, or try to see what's in the Black Citadel. Okay, so at first when I was reading through what she was saying, in my mind I was thinking that she was saying that she could send me there, and I was like, wait, you could just send me to the Black Citadel and I'd just be done? No, that's not how it is. Okay. If we only get to look at one of these, what should we look at? Nightspire is the town where we're going to need to get a boat to cross the Perilous Strait. Hollowshire, I don't think we want to look at Hollowshire because I don't think we're going to be going there. Because it's in the middle of the Dells of Damnation, which we're not going to be really going through. So I think we can eliminate Hollowshire. So it's either, do we want to look at Nightshire, the Perilous Strait, which is like the ocean we have to cross, or the Black Citadel, where that's the place we need to go. I mean, Black Citadel seems obvious, but at the same time, I don't know. Like I said, it seems obvious, which usually, I don't know if you really want to do the obvious choice. You can go to Hollowshire. Paul, is that the Paul? Is that the Paul B? 1973? I don't know what year Paul Bimler was born. Maybe 1973. How's it going, Paul? I don't know how much of this stream you've caught so far, but I am highly invested in this adventure already. You're not that old, Paul. Oh, that is a good point. That is a good point, Danny. Wait, Randall, I just saw that you were born in 74, and I thought it was Paul saying that Paul was born in 74, and I was like, dude, why is your name 1973? I kind of like your answer, Danny. Peek at Hollowshire. See if that's somewhere we are going to want to visit. Let's peek at 202. Also, I don't really trust this mage, by the way, but, you know, whatever. You peer into the strange glass device and soon see the shape of a town, a small town, nestled amongst gently rolling hills, Hollowshire. It is nighttime in this little oasis, and golden lights show the windows of the myriad of clustered buildings, and then your eyes led through the streets into an alleyway, where you see two figures lurking, each with a malevolent look in their eyes. As you watch, one of them drapes a shawl over their head and then stoops over like an old woman. The other takes up his staff and begins beating this old woman. Or rather, pretending to beat him? They appear to be shysters or con artists of some sort. You have no idea what this vision means, but perhaps you will find out if you ever visit the village of Hollowshire. To question this weird mage further, go to 370. Otherwise, there's no more information for you they could get from the strange person. Return to the map. Yeah, I want to talk to this person a little bit more, because I don't... Let's see. A clear in your throat, you ask the odd mage if she knows of the Black Citadel, or what lies within it, and she turns a piercing gaze on you, and then begins to speak in a high, raspy tone. And why should I share my knowledge with you, unwelcome stranger? There are many in the Gotland who wish to escape, and you have been here many, many years. They have, not you. What makes you so special that I should give up my secrets merely because you ask for them? Make a persuasion check. Let's do it. Persuasion. Oh, I thought I had a +7. I was like, how do I have a +7? I got a -1. It's my perception that's a +7. Yeah, I rolled an 8. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that going my way. I would have had to roll a 19 or higher. 314. Despite your questioning, the mage is unwilling to share any more information with you. Do you want to try to beat it out of her? No. No. We will return to the map. So that was W4. Which means as we head up further north, we are going to have another random encounter roll. Let's see how we do on that. A 10! I mean, that's not bad. DB, I'm a 90s kid too, but just barely. I was about 8 months away from being born in the 90s. Wow, we have literally had no random encounters pop off, which I think is good. So that means we're going to go to a W6, which I'm kind of worried about this W6 because it's just like in the middle of nowhere. It's just surrounded by trees. All right, let's see what it is. Waterfall and Tower. You've been hearing the sound of flowing water for some time, but now it increases in volume to the point where it drowns out the other sounds of the forest, and you reason a waterfall must be nearby. Indeed, as you start making your way up a gentle rise, you glimpse it through the trees, tumbling over a low cliff. There is a torrent that plunges into a turning pool below before continuing its journey south through the wood, back in the direction you came. But then, looking past the waterfall, you glimpse something else. A tower of some sort. Its roof sagging and walls crumbling in place. What is this place? Is Jerome with you? If yes, go to 521. He is with me. Seeing your interest in this mysterious tower, Jerome is eager to dissuade you from any of its thoughts of investigation. Oh, don't go to that tower, friend. My people know of it as its lair of a great wizard, a place of evil spirits and wicked magic. None who ever go in ever return. To ignore Jerome's warnings and head over to investigate the tower, get a 467. If you heed the warning and decide to stay on the map. Okay. What are we thinking, chat? I don't know. Honestly, like... Okay, so I do remember what Narina said earlier about how... I know, Danny, that's what I'm thinking. Because Narina mentioned that Vayne would put trials in front of people, but then reward them. And she also mentioned that if you just sneak all the way to the Black Citadel, you won't gather any usefulness, like useful items or anything along the way, and then you'll be screwed. So I think we need to check it out. I'm hoping that we'll find something useful. Let's do it. Come on, Jerome. We're gonna go check it out. I hope Jerome will come with me. The route to the strange tower is a difficult one. First of all, you must negotiate thick, thorny bushes to get to the river. Make a survival check. Okay. My survival's a +7, so... I was going to say, if I failed that, I would be very mad. Okay. So, I make it to the thorn bushes just fine. Finally, you reach a turning river where a torrent of water plunges over a low cliff into what appears to be a deep pool, and you must now swim across this. To swim across the deep pool, go to 447. What's gonna bite me? I know I hate swimming across strange murky water in Dungeons & Dragons. Are you wearing steel armor? I'm not. I'm a druid, luckily. If so, make a decision whether you're gonna leave it here. Checking your gear, make sure it's all... You plunge into the water, which is surprisingly deep. You do not touch the bottom as you go down, and which is wild because I am metal. With some effort, you swim back to the top, make an athletics check. A 6. Oh, what happens if I fail it? Make a strength check. DC 18. Okay, so it was a 12. So I did fail it, even without wearing steel armor. You'll need to discard items from your inventory weighing a total of 10 pounds or take 1 level of exhaustion. Ooh. All right, let me go through my inventory real quick. I literally just made this character and like chose like starting stuff. I'm at 59 pounds. Okay. Rope. I could get rid of my rope. That's 10 pounds. Or a torch. Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of my 10-pound torch. I don't think the people who made Dungeons & Dragons know how heavy a torch is. I don't think it's 10 pounds, right? That seems like a lot. Either way, let me delete that from my inventory. Did I take a magic item? I forgot to take a magic item. I almost called you Randall because I've ran so many Randall adventures the past like couple months. So whenever the author, I'm talking to the author, I assume it's Randall. I did not actually take any magic items, Paul. I completely forgot that. Oh, I had 10 torches. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, why would 1 torch be 10 pounds? I'm going to drop them all because I actually have the spell Produce Flame prepared. So if I need a torch, I'll just use that. I may even have Dark Vision. I'm trying to look if I've got Dark Vision. Maybe I don't. I don't know if Warforges do or not. But yeah, either way, I took Produce Flame. So I'm going to drop those. I do not want to take a point of exhaustion. Paul, if I was supposed to bring a magic item, I will select one before part 2 in 2 weeks for sure. Finally, reach the other side of the river and survey the tower that stands a little way off up a short rise. Now that you are close, you can see that the tower is quite indeed dilapidated. A large statue of a dwarven warrior stands by the door. Slowly make your way up to this mysterious structure. 17. As you near the tower, with its crumbling, ivy-covered walls and sagging roof, you wonder if it is actually inhabited. It is in bad shape and looks abandoned. The only thing that looks immaculate and strangely is the large statue of the dwarven warrior stationed near the door. And then, to your utter surprise, the statue turns its head smoothly towards you. Who dares approach the sanctuary of my lord and master? It demands, wielding a massive great axe from its back and wielding it menacingly. If you try to enter my lord's tower, you will have to deal with its guardian. You get the distinct impression that there is no point trying to reason with this intimidating sentry. It's simply just like a mindless minion with no will of its own. However, the signs suggest that you would be a formidable enemy. Its signs suggest that it would be a formidable enemy. You stop short of a huge statue and consider your options. Ooh. Paul, that sounds awesome. I will find 2 very fun uncommon magic items for sure. Hope I can make it out tonight, skating by without, and then find them before the next one. Thank you, Paul. I've got like 2 voices I can do, and that's it. To continue making your way towards the door, facing the statue if need be, go to 128. To retreat and then try to stealthily approach, go to 379. If you can get past some other way, such as invisibility. Okay. Okay. So, I think, I mean, it sounds like to continue making your way towards the door facing the statue if need be, go to 128. That to me is going to be fighting the statue, right? So it makes sense to me to at least try to retreat and then be stealthy, because obviously that's going to lead to combat too with this statue, but then like at least I've got a chance of sneaking past it. Because I don't have invisibility. Actually, you know what? Let's look at my spells we prepared. I'll let you guys take a peek at Toad's spells. Cantrips, we've got Infestation, Produce Flame, and Shelia. However you say that. Spell level 1s, we've got Entangle, Fairy Fire, Goodberry. Level 2s, we've got Healing Spirit, Heat Metal, Pass Without a Trace. We do have Pass Without a Trace, but that's a level 2 spell slot. I don't know if I want to waste that. And Spike Growth. Level 3, we've got Conjure Animals, Sleet Storm, and Tidal Wave. So that is a good question. Do we want to use Pass Without a Trace to give us plus 10 bonus to stealth for 1 hour? That kind of seems like a waste of a spell slot, because I don't know. So I've got 4 level 1s, 3 level 2s, and 3 level 3s. I feel like, you know what? Let me see. Let me check this map one more time real quick. Oh, this is like the overall map. I'm gonna save my spell slot. I am just going to try to back up and just be stealthy without using spells, which is a bad idea for sure because I've got a +1. Ooh, we only need a 10 stealth check. Ooh. Good thing I decided that before clicking over here because I wouldn't want to change my mind. We still might fail this though with only a +1. 13. Ooh, I'm very glad I saved that spell slot now. Cautiously, you retreat from the tower and back into the foliage to where the animated statue cannot see you. You wait for a while, watching as the statue returns to its post. A dumb, thoughtless creature, it obviously does nothing more than follow its original orders. You skirt around the outside of the tower, always staying in the bushes until you reach a point where the statue cannot see you. The large bulk of the tower is blocking this view. Then, as quietly as you can, you emerge from the tree line and creep towards the tower. Successful, yes. 535. Taking extreme care, you pad softly across the grass to the tower and come to the stop by the crumbling stone wall. You've made it to the tower without alerting the stone sentinel around the other side of the building. But now, how will you gain access to this ruined structure? Searching the exterior of the building, the only possible way is that you can see is about 20 feet up an empty window hole, accessible by a creeping vine that climbs its way up the outside of the tower. Ooh, I see where this is going. Okay. You could make a DC 15 athletics check to climb the tower using this vine. If you're successful, go to 162. If you're unsuccessful, you're going to take a D6 falling damage. If you possess a rope and grappling hook, that's the kicker, isn't it? I don't think I've got a grappling hook. Do I have a grappling hook? Of course not. I am a druid. I do not have one. Okay, and then a DC 12. Okay. Okay, so I can attempt to climb more than once, and it's pretty much I'm just gonna keep falling. But if I do it 3 times, I will attract the attention of the sentry. Okay. You might have some sort of spell. That's what I'm looking at. Let me refresh myself on how long does a moon druid. Ooh, 3 hours. How many times can I do this? Twice. Twice a short rest. I can turn into an animal. And because I'm a moon druid, I could turn into something up to I'm level 6, up to 2nd level. Yeah, I'm thinking about shape-shifting into something. Let's look at I'm gonna have to pull up D Beyond right now really quick and look at what kind of CR2 beast we've got. See if any of them have a climbing rate or whatever it's called. I cannot do birds yet. I cannot do flying until level 8. Oop, that jumped fast. Okay. Man, I could... A Quetzalcoatlus, the gigantic pterodactyl thing. Is it only a challenge rating 2? Unfortunately, yeah, I don't have flying speed yet. A sloth, a relic sloth. Unfortunately, I do not have the Strixhaven book, so I don't actually have that creature's stat plots. Let's see here. I'm thinking a giant wolf spider might be the one. Ice Spider Queen. I do have that. I don't know what that is though. An Ice Spider Queen. Sounds awesome though. We'll just say that it's pretty much just a spider. I've got a bunch of spiders I can do. So we're gonna turn into this Spider Queen. Spider climb. Okay, so yeah, I can walk. I can climb walls and shit. Okay, so I need to keep that up so I don't forget that I'm currently that. If you can reach the window this way, turn to 162. I think that's fair. 162. Reaching the second story window, you enter the dilapidated tower and quickly look around. Go to 402. The first thing you notice is the floor, rickety and rotted through in places. This place has been empty for years. It seems the laws of entropy function as normal in this strange realm. Then you notice a writing desk over the far side of the room covered with papers. Nearby this desk is a small chest. To make your way over to the desk, you will need to carefully navigate the yeah, that makes sense. Perception check or dex check. Let's do a perception check because my perception's a +7. Whoa, +7, I only got a 9. Oh no. If you're successful. If you're unsuccessful, you drop through the floor, take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Oh, ooh. I mean, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Except I rolled very high on that. 9 points of damage. Well, I am a spider. I am still a spider, so I will take that into my spider HP. And also, that reminds me, I need to just make a notepad for this. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep spidering it up while I can, just in case. Go to 217. So let's go to 217. You're standing inside the ruined tower on the ground floor looking up. Overhead, you see a wooden ceiling and a staircase curving up the walls to the first floor. Both the staircase and the floor it leads to are disused and broken. Climbing up there will be treacherous indeed, but not impossible to climb the stairs. Make a DC 15 acrobatics or athletics check. If successful, you can reach the second floor. If unsuccessful, you fall halfway up. If you wish to leave, you may quietly make your way out, avoiding the stone statue. I think I'm going to climb up, and I think in the intro there's a section called Go With It, which, yeah, Paul, I think the same. Yeah, interest, I think you're also right. I think I should have been using the perception check as the spider, which is lower than mine, but I failed anyway, so we'll go with that. What we'll also go with is, I think, as a spider, instead of making these checks to get up these sketchy steps, let's just kind of like climb up the walls around it and try to get back to the second floor. I think it still makes sense that I fell, even as a spider. I think I could still, my weight could kind of break through some of the rotten away wood and I could have fallen. So I'll still take that damage. But yeah, I think we'll like kind of like walk up the walls to get back up. That's successful. Gonna 4-2. 4-2. Oh, okay. Now that I have fallen through the floor, how about we do another just go with it, where I will walk along the walls this time to get to that desk. Yeah. Let's do that. I think that makes sense. I think we could... I'm picturing like kind of like a roundish tower. So I think kind of just walking along the wall to get to the desk that we're looking for. I think that makes sense with a spider. Paying close attention to what appear to be the weak parts of the floor or the wall. You move slowly, placing each step with the utmost care. Every creak sets your nerves on edge, but finally you reach the writing desk and peruse the paper scattered there. There are obviously the writings of a mage. There are notes of various spells, musings on the theory of magic, and other notes that may or may not be useful to you. If you are a caster of any kind, you may gain 1 spell slot. Oh no! Wait, okay. I said oh no because I haven't used any spell slots. If you're a caster of any kind, you may gain 1 spell slot at your highest level, usable only once from your perusal of these writings. I don't think that will count if I'm maxed out on spell slots, will it? Or does that mean like I can get like 1 bonus spell cast? Because that's going to make a difference, because I've not cast any spells. So far, I've got all my spell slots. I don't know if I can get 1 more or not. But what really catches your attention is a small red journal. Picking it up and flicking through its pages, you notice every entry is signed with the same initials, MV. Marvin Vane. I forget his first name. Malvin? Malvin Vane. It said it right there, the next line. Maranthus Vane. Then it all clicks. This place was some kind of residence for the shrewd mage, a little retreat hidden within his world, probably created so that he could have a place to escape to whenever he wanted. And you read through his journal, a lot of it is devoted to accounts of various students and how well they did. A few passages catch your attention. Okay, I see the word my niece. Okay. My niece continues to develop her aptitude, eclipsing the skills of my nephew. Okay, I see where it's going now. I get it. His heart is in the right place, but I fear he will not inherit this small world of mine. More's the pity. She is too merciful for my liking, but I cannot hand my legacy over to that hapless boy. He should have chosen a career as a merchant or perhaps a politician. The arcane arts just do not come naturally to him, and he is jealous and covetous. I don't know how to say that word, but I know what it means. He wants beyond even what I was as a young man. And another entry, this one older. It amazed me that not even the woodland humanoids who have come to inhabit this region have even attempted to visit this tower. The rumors of a curse on this place have worked very well. It continues to be a valuable retreat for me, a welcome escape from my responsibilities in Waterdeep. But the casting to bring myself here is difficult, and I must put an easy access point within this realm somehow. Perhaps a gate spell is required. And then a few days later, another entry. Success! I've created an object that will allow free movement between Torel and this point. I have placed it in the Citadel. I suppose it is supporting to give this some kind of possibility of escape from this realm. I'm just guessing it said realm up here. Place. But the chance that someone would find it is next to nothing. I will not write what is in here, what is here, for a fear that someone might, some disciple might discover this journal and learn its secrets. Okay, intriguing, no doubt. Perhaps this knowledge will help us if you can even make it to the Black Citadel to investigate the chest. We are going to investigate the chest. So, but real quick first. it seems like the niece is probably Narania. No, not Narania. The niece is probably the one that was banished here, and then the nephew is the one that banished me here. That's just kind of my my thinking on it. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, let's go check out this chest now. You inspect the small chest, wondering what it might contain. It appears to be fastened with a sturdy lock. Looking more closely at the mechanism, you see that it is engraved with the ornate letters MV. Do you possess a key that might fit this lock? No, I haven't found any keys. Check for traps, go to 469 to attempt to pick the lock. Go to 360. Otherwise, there may be no way inside this chest. It is metal and perhaps even protected by some kind of magic. Yeah, I can't pick locks, and I don't have a key, so I don't think I can do anything here. So let's head back to our interactive map. So this was 6. Ooh, that means we've got a random... Nine. Still no random encounters. That is wild, even after me jinxing it. Okay, W8. Woodland Festival. The sounds of merriment, song, and the beating of hand drums come to you, reverberating through the trees. Many voices are raised in celebration, and you wonder whether some kind of Gotland festival is underway. As you press on down the tracks, you see the tops of trees seeming to dance with the light from below and a large bonfire in its clearing. Through the trees, you see the shapes of many people dancing around the fire and catch some songs, snatches of songs. Brought to this realm, we did despair. For a life now gone, we grieved. But over time, we ceased to care, and now we'll never leave. Gauntlet, our for a fair land, ours forevermore. Gauntlet, where life is grand, and as it was before. Okay, so these people are pretty into it. That's good. An odd song, no doubt. These people are celebrating being trapped in this place. Looking closer, you see that it is a gathering of many different types of humanoids, all celebrating together. Will you go over and introduce yourself? Is Jerome with you? If so, go to 158. Jerome is with me. Jerome becomes animated at the sight of his people of this festival. Oh, friend, come! These are my people, the Woodland tribes. You must come meet everyone and partake in this feast. If you choose to accompany Jerome, go to 185. I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty rude to not. Let's go. Let's go feast. Jerome leads you into the midst of the party, and you are taken with the festive atmosphere. The humanoid creatures come around the fire, keep singing the same song and dancing around and around the fire until your head starts to spin. You go over to one of them and try to introduce yourself, and the little halfling or whatever the creature is does not answer, but simply keeps singing with a mindless smile on her face. Oh, this is getting creepy. It is then that you become suspicious. Just as you are wondering whether you should leave this place, something bizarre happens. The singing becomes fainter, and the creatures dancing around the fire start to shimmer and become transparent, and you suddenly realize this is all an elaborate illusion of some kind. And soon, all that remains is the bonfire and Jerome, standing a little way off, looking ashamed. I'm sorry, friend. I didn't know what to do. And then it emerges a hulking, walking tree with vines as hair and hideous long arms that whip here and there menacingly. Jerome, what have you done? Well done, Sailorling, comes a voice from this tree creature. You have brought me an offering from the outside world. Now you may have your pitiful little mate returned to you. I am sorry for it. I'm so sorry. Jerome keeps repeating. Another satyr has appeared. This one female, and Jerome takes her hand and disappears into the undergrowth with her, leaving you to fight this terrifying tree creature on your own. Okay. I know, Daniel, we called that from a mile away. I had hope, but okay. Alright. Dryad, Briar, Witch, Combat Sheet. Well, let's see what map this is. I can pop it onto Roll20. I think it's this one. Man, this must be a very big file. It has taken a second to upload. Okay. Ooh, this is like a big map. Okay. All right. Let me Oh, jeez. Come on. All right. Well, my icon won't get any smaller for some reason. I'm gonna make the tree. There we go. The tree's the big fish. I am the robot. How does that look on the overlay? I can zoom up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Thanks, Paul. Hopefully I don't die to this big tree monster. It can teleport up to 40 feet if it ends this move adjacent to a tree. Okay, so good thing I'm not by a tree, so that's good. I'm still a spider because I don't think it was a 3-hour walk. I think I would have, whenever I turned into a spider, I don't think I would have wanted to change from a spider. And I will remember those magic items, Paul. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. I got a big 8. It is going to get a... It is going to get a natural 1 for its initiative. Nice. Okay. All right. We can do this. So that means we get to go first. What does the spider do? Bite and web. I think we want to just bite it. I don't think we want to even mess with webbing it. Yeah, I think I know, like, I'm pretty much going to be burning this spider form. I am just going to... Well, let me double check if I'm even going to make it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm going to have to... I am going to have to range it. Okay, so I'm gonna shoot some web at it. I just rolled a d20 and I was gonna add my modifier to it. A 2, no matter how I cut it, is not gonna hit this thing with web, which is very unfortunate because now it is going to get a turn. We'll use Briar Cage on its first turn. Choose one target to encase. The target must make a DC 14 dex saving throw. Okay. So my dex is +3, luckily. It's a spider. Ooh! Oh, just barely dodged out of the way of that thing. Sweet. My turn. Now. I still can't make it to it. But I will try to web it again. An 11 is not going to hit this thing. Oh wait, you know what? I couldn't have webbed it anyway. That's a recharge. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I would have sprinted to it. I would have just used a dash and ran all the way up to it. And now, any creature that starts its turn within 5 feet takes 5 cold damage. Because I'm an ice spider. Which is good. So this thing has 59 HP. Now it's got 54 HP. And now it is its turn. Take note of the thorny body trait. Any creature that touches it. Okay. The bonfire is emitting a huge amount of heat. As an action, you can attempt to grab a burning log and throw it at the Briar Witch. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Okay. The blue areas on the map are subject to some kind of fey enchantment. Okay. Alright, we can do this. So it's just going to... I mean, it's going to make a multi-attack. 3 claw attacks. Ooh, shoot. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have rushed up on it. Well, only one of those is going to hit me, which is actually pretty surprising. And that's going to be for 6 points of damage. Smashes down on my spider. Down to 29 HP. That's okay. That's alright. We are going to bite this thing. And surely we're actually going to hit it this time. Natural 20. So that is going to be 8 plus 11. 13 points of piercing damage. And it has to make a con saving throw. Its con is +3, so it's gonna be a 10. It is going to fail, taking 9 poison damage. So that is 13 plus 9, 22. And the target is okay, it is not. If the poison damage reduces the target to 0 HP, yeah, okay. So it just is going to take 22 points of damage. Okay. It is resistant to piercing. So it's actually only going to be 7 piercing plus, okay. Cool. 7 plus 7. Okay. I mean, we're still doing pretty good against it. That's not bad. It is its turn again, which means it's going to take the 5 points. Oh, I'm also going to take damage, aren't I? I touched it, so I have to take a D4 of damage. Shit, we're just going to keep hurting each other. Okay. This is actually a pretty hard fight for level 6. So it's going to take 5 points of damage for being in my cold aura. And then it's going to roll its attack 3 times again, which I believe is a +5. It is a +5. It got 2 nat 20s? Are you shitting me? Woo! 2d8 plus... $20 points of damage as it's just wailing on me. I am but a little tiny spider, mooshed up, not doing so hot. All right, my turn again. I mean, I'm gonna keep at it as long as I can. Which means I'm gonna take my bite and hope for the best. Okay, 20 is gonna hit. It's gonna be, and then it's got to make a con saving throw. It saves con, so it's only gonna take 7 points of damage, which isn't much, and I'm sure I'm gonna die right here. Wow. My AC as a spider is 14, and it rolled a 13, a 7, and a 13. As it's swinging, I think I'm so scared. I'm kind of like hiding behind its between its legs right now, and it cannot hit me. And it's going to take the 5 points of damage. So it's down to 23 HP. I'm going to go for a bite. I know this is probably going to kill me. I'm probably going to kill myself here. 8 to hit. No, I didn't touch it. So I'm not going to have to take that thorn damage, which I guess is good. But I mean, yeah, back. Yeah. It's going to get those 2 hits on me. And that second one's going to smoosh me pretty good. And I'm going to revert back to my non-spider form. Which I guess is okay. I've only used 1 wild shape, and now I'm just kind of looking at my spells now. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a produce flame at it. 19 to hit. Oh. All right, gang. Roll20 is not hating us tonight. Not sure if you saw that, but rolled a 19 to hit. Obviously that hits. Damage 15, and this boy is vulnerable to fire, so that is 30 points of damage. He had 23 HP left, so that means I can't. As soon as he unspiders me, I conjure up this ball of fire and just light this tree on fire head to toe and burn him down. And finally, you defeat this hideous creature, and a brief scout around the area reveals her den, where you find a small amount of loot, no doubt, pilfered from previous hapless adventurers. Wow, that's actually not bad loot whatsoever. 108 gold, boots of elven kind, and a longbow +1 for killing that? Hell yeah. You consider what to do next. Is Jerome with you? No, Jerome just left me. What are you talking about? Is Jerome dead? No. So it'd be 319. Okay. Well, with what time it is now, I think that is an amazing stopping spot. Yeah, that's an awesome stopping spot. So we're going to be ending it here for the night. We will pick up in 2 weeks' time. Let's see. I'm going to be going to Colorado next Friday, and I'll be getting back Tuesday. So yes, I will be back for 2 weeks from now. Let's go ahead and just see if any of our buddies are streaming. Yes, they are streaming. Okay. You mean a tavern is streaming. So you mean a tavern is currently streaming their campaign. They are playing a Call of Cthulhu campaign right now, which is amazing. I know you'll love it if you've been watching. Hey, check out GooseCon 2022. Go support us on Ko-Fi to help get as many geese as we can to GooseCon 2022. My wife and I stream a lot of video games nowadays on twitch.tv/these_Deweese. It's pretty much always Dead by Daylight, but we streamed it the last 30 days. We have only missed 7 days, so we stream that almost daily. And this coming weekend, I'll be streaming that tomorrow night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm gonna be streaming it like 4 days straight. Come check it out. Tomorrow night on this channel, we're going to have Roll for Weird for our monthly episode. Cannot wait. Definitely check it out. That's going to be at 6:30 Eastern, I believe, and it's always a lot of fun. Come hang out then, and then hang out Saturday on this channel as well. at 7 o'clock for meme of the week. Aren't we, Dragonbait? Right? Are we? It's tomorrow, isn't it? Hurry, the raid's about to start. Is it tomorrow? Oh, the raid's getting sent. I think it's tomorrow. I don't know if DB's... Okay, DB was trolling me. Yes, it is tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Bye, everybody.